Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. The scope of one's personality is defined by the magnitude of that problem, which is capable of driving a person out of his wits. In the small matters, trust the mind. In the large ones, the heart. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. Before you diagnose yourself with depression or low self-esteem, make sure that you're not surrounded by fools. What a distressing contrast there is between the radiant intelligence of the child and the feeble mentality of the average adult. Men are more moral than they think, and far more immoral than they can imagine. Dreams are often most profound when they seem the most crazy. Children are completely egoistic. They feel their needs intensely and strive ruthlessly to satisfy them. We are what we are because we have been what we have been. Everywhere I go, I find a poet has been there before me. When inspiration does not come to me, I go halfway to meet it. We choose not randomly each other. We meet only those who already exist in our subconscious. It is that we are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love, never so helplessly unhappy as when we have lost our love object or its love. In the depths of my heart, I can't help being convinced that my dear fellow men, with a few exceptions, are worthless. Whoever loves becomes humble. Those who love have, so to speak, pawned a part of their narcissism. Friendship is an art of keeping distance, while love is an art of intimacy. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or deepest despair. A woman should soften but not weaken a man. The behavior of a human being in sexual matters is often a prototype for the whole of his other modes of reaction in life. Everything that you do in bed is perfectly and absolutely acceptable, if only both sides enjoyed it. All family life is organized around the most damaged person in it. Love is a state of temporary psychosis. Love and work, work and love. That's all there is. The virtuous man contents himself with dreaming that which the wicked man does in actual life. The only person with whom you have to compare ourselves is that you in the past. The conscious mind may be compared to a fountain playing in the sun and falling back into the great subterranean pool of subconscious from which it rises. Dreams are often most profound when they seem the most crazy. The more perfect a person is on the outside, the more demons they have on the inside. He does not believe that does not live according to his belief. A large part of what is real within us is not comprehended, and that which is comprehended is not real. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. The psychical, whatever its nature may be, is itself unconscious. When people criticize me, I know how to defend myself, but I'm powerless in the face of praise. The first indication of stupidity is a complete lack of shame. At that moment, when a person starts to seriously ponder the meaning and value of life, you can consider him a madman. Ideal, eternal love, purged of all hatred, exists only between the addict and his drug. Religious doctrines are all illusions. They do not admit of proof, and no one can be compelled to consider them as true or to believe in them. Religion is an illusion, and it derives its strength from the fact that it falls in with our instinctual desires. Immorality, no less than morality, has at all times found support in religion. Where the questions of religion are concerned, people are guilty of every possible kind of insincerity and intellectual misdemeanor. History is just new people making old mistakes. Civilization began the first time an angry person cast a word instead of a rock. The liberty of the individual is no gift of civilization. It was greatest before there was any civilization. A civilization which leaves so large a number of its participants unsatisfied and drives them into revolt neither has nor deserves the prospect of a lasting existence. I prefer the company of animals more than the company of humans. Certainly, a wild animal is cruel, but to be merciless is the privilege of civilized humans.